It wasn't even 10 minutes before Alysa Liu's returned to the Olympics that she was in the arena. It was the first week of the Milano Cortina Games, and Team USA was under a lot of stress. At this point, Alysa thought she would show everyone they were wrong. The time when the tired talent showed she could take back the ice. As planned, she warmed up, but she was stuck in a van. The streets of Milan were blocked by a motorcade carrying the vice president. The U.S. champion was stuck in a security line while her rivals were doing their final edge checks. There would have been tears from most of the players. Most people's dreams of going to the Olympics would have been dashed by traffic. But Alysa wasn't scared when she finally rushed through the arena doors with just minutes to spare. She was having fun. She quickly put on her skates, skipped the warm-up that was shown on TV, and walked out onto the ice to perform a short program that was so happy and defiant that it shut down the critics. She did not frown when she landed her famous double axel with a little wobbling and unbalance. She didn't look at the judges with fear. In its place, she made a funny, strange face. In the end, she just shrugged and said, "Oops." That "oops" moment has become the picture that represents her return to the Olympics. There was more to it than just a response to a rough landing. It was an open letter. The fact that Alysa Liu was skating on the ice in Milan showed the world that she is not the same person who disappeared 4 years ago. She's not just back to get awards. She's back to get her life back. It turns out that you can't be beat when you stop caring about the score and start caring about the art. To understand how big Alysa Liu's return is, you need to think about the shadow she cast as a child. She was a machine before she became a rebel. Alysa was the ultimate project. She was born in Clovis, California, and grew up in the high-stakes world of Bay Area skating. Arthur Liu, her famous father, put more than $1 million into her career before she even started high school. She was the youngest skater in history to get a triple axel. She broke Tara Lansky's record of 22 years by becoming the youngest United States national champion in history when she was 13 years old. She was picked, the girl with hair and a smile on her face all the time. Her job was to save American women's figure skating. Behind the scenes, though, the genius was dying. She had to get up at 5 a.m. every day and teach herself in the back of a car. She liked being around other people but lived alone in a bubble that kept her from other people. Not only from her peers, but also from the harsh 24/7 criticism of the internet. By the time she was 16, she was in the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, where she did quads for a sport she had grown to hate. Alysa was already counting down the seconds until she could take off her skates for good, while everyone else watched her finish 6th. There was no medal in her fight. It was hard for her to get out. After a few weeks, she shocked everyone by saying she was retiring. She didn't just leave. She ran fast. The skates were stored in a room for 2 years and got rusty. Even Alysa herself said that she had no idea where they were for a while. This was Alysa Liu's lost moment. But it was the first time she really found herself for her. It was said that she shouldn't have done everything she did. She went on car trips with friends who didn't know the difference between a Salchow and an Eloot. She went to UCLA to study psychology and finally had a normal social life. She had not talked to anyone in 10 years. She went to Nepal and climbed to the base camp of Everest. She played tennis and volleyball sometimes. She dyed her hair bright raccoon stripes and got so many piercings that a normal skating judge would have passed out. She was having what she thought was her best life, and she was sure she would never skate competitively again. She later said that she really didn't like skating. She told them she didn't want anything to do with it. But things changed in early 2024. It wasn't a coach calling her. A ski trip with friends was just for fun. As the speed and the wind on her face made her feel energized, her mind began to whir. She missed the rush of dopamine. She only went to the public rink to see if she could still move. It worked when she tried a double axel in her old worn-out skates. That set things off. This time, though, the rules were not the same. It wouldn't be on her dad's plan if she was coming back. She would do it her own way, with her own songs, and with an open mind that put happiness ahead of the podium. Alysa was going to use the 2025 season as a test to see if she could still fight with the best in the world. Instead, it turned into a campaign of scorched earth that was both technically brilliant and emotionally honest. When she got to the 2025 World Championships in Boston, the story was all about the Japanese team's orange wall. Alysa Liu, who had only been back to full training for a little over a year, wasn't thought to be important. After that, she did her short show. The field was shocked by the personal best. She skated with a level of awareness that she didn't have when she was younger. She wasn't trying to show off for the judges. She was in the free skate to show off her work. She was a surprise. She was the first American woman to win the world title in 19 years. This ended a streak that began in 2006 and had been going on for the U.S. team. The gold prize was nice, but it wasn't the most important part of the win. It was how she felt during the kiss and cry. She was crying not because she had won, but because she was happy with how well she did. She had taken back the sport. She was now Milan's top choice. For the first time ever, though, she didn't feel stressed. In Boston, she told reporters that awards don't make her good enough. She said that making art makes her feel good about herself. It was here that Alysa 2.0 was born. The skater who sees the Olympics as a stage and the scores as something extra. We are now in the middle of the Milan Games, and the Blade Angels have come. Alysa, Amber Glenn, and Isabo Levido came up with the name in a group text. In a sport where competition is usually expected, it was a way for them to show that they were sisters. They are now the most famous group in the history of American figure skating. A group of rebels who didn't want to be ice princesses. At the team event earlier this month, Alysa was the team's beating heart. Even though there were a lot of motorcades and, as a warm-up, coming in second in the short program, won Team USA 9 important points. It was easy to catch her skating spirit. It was Alysa who jumped the highest when Team USA won their second gold medal in the team event and stood on the podium. Then there was the medal mess. A video of Alysa showing off her gold medal quickly went viral after the event. She was so excited that she was jumping back and forth so much that the medal broke off its ribbon and hit the floor of the arena. In an interview, she laughed that it was very scratched up and pretty dented. In the end, the broken medal was taken back by officials to be changed with a new one. Alysa pushed past her. She said she liked the medal better when it wasn't on the ribbon. It meant something to her. She saw her job in the dents in the metal. There are some scratches on it, but it is 100% real. Millions of fans who were sick of the polished Olympic story liked her even more after that. Tonight, February 17, 2026. Alysa Liu goes back out on the ice for the short program for women alone. But if you look at her in the warm-up area, she has a plush of Pasita from the cartoon Chainsaw Man in her hands. The stakes are very high. Tonight is the night. She won both the Grand Prix final and the world title last year. People think she will win and end an American 24-year gold medal drought. Alysa Liu, on the other hand, is not thinking about the song. She thinks about all the fuss. The programs she makes show how independent she is. For her free skate, she picked the Lady Gaga combination. Her choice was the edgy clothes. People who treat her like a partner instead of a student even helped her choose her teachers. For reporters, she said that competitions are more like a stage where she can act. Her goal is to get people excited and surprise them. These ideas are her secret tool. Alysa skates for the dopamine hit, while her competitors from Japan and South Korea skate under the weight of their country federations. She has shown that giving up at age 16 was the best choice. She never made a bad strategic move. It helped her become an adult, find her voice, and understand that figure skating is not who she is, but just something she does. Performing is what she says. And it doesn't matter if she wins the individual gold tonight or comes in last. She has already won the most important race at the 2026 Games, the right to be herself. In 2026, Alysa Liu doesn't use points to measure her success. It is measured by freedom. She has shown all young athletes that they don't have to follow the road that was set for them when they were 5. You can leave. You can go to school. You can hike up to everything.